Can you hear the crackling of the fire? It's so nice. So it's funny. It's wonderful. I have a fireplace that actually functions. I happen to really enjoy splitting wood. I did it a lot when I lived up in the mountains for a couple of years. That was a big way of heating the apartment, was keeping a fire going all winter long. And so it's just something that I like to do. It's a task that it is really rewarding. You cut some wood and you build this fire and you have warmth, and it's incredible. And so I've always appreciated the process. It's kind of like, it's an art form, and you have to be really deliberate and intentional, and you have to take your time, and you can't just like throw something together and it's done. So there's like a respect or like a reverence of fire building. And I had a friend coming over for dinner just like last week, and they asked if they could bring anything. And I was like, not that I can think of, although if you have some firewood lying around, bring that and we'll build a fire. And so she came and handed me a Duralog or Duraflame or Instalog or whatever they're called. It's like this little, I don't even know what it is. It's this object that's wrapped up in paper, and you put it in your fire and you light it. You light the paper and then instantly you have a fire, and it lasts for like 4 hours. And when she handed it to me, of course, like I was a little bit sad, and there was like my pride. It's like, I can't have this in my house. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna cheat. And like, fires need to be, it has to be a process. You have to earn your fire. And, but anyways, I was really gracious about it, and I thanked her. And didn't actually end up burning it that night because we ended up going on a really long walk with the dogs. And the next morning I woke up at like 3 a.m, and it was cold, and I thought, okay, maybe tonight or this morning I will try the Duralog, the Instalog. And I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder this is a thing. This is so incredibly easy. And I thought to myself, I can never do this again because it's so easy. I can see like how it would be very easy for me to never split wood and build a fire again. And I could get used to this. It's just too convenient. It's like buying bread at the grocery store rather than making it, you know? It's just there. And so every morning I think about how I would like to have a fire, but then I think of the process, and like when I'm going to work, I think, oh, well, I don't have that much time, so do I really want to put in the energy? Speaking of fires, I need to put some more wood on it. Okay, so I don't remember where I was in my conversation with you. Something about the usability, the convenience of the instant log. Oh, so in the mornings I would consider building a fire, but I knew that would entail going out and collecting some wood from the pile and splitting it, and going through this whole process. And often when I would have to go to work, I would be aware of the time and think, it's not really worth putting in the effort. I only have an hour left of my morning before I have to head out to work. And every morning I would think, if only I had one of those instant logs, then I could have a fire. And nearly every day I would drive home from work and think, maybe I'll pick up some instant logs. And then I talked myself out of it. No, you don't want to go there. You can't be so dependent on something so instantly gratifying. You have to earn it. You have to take the time. You have to plan it out, and it's worth it. The sense of pride that I get from building a fire is valuable. Throwing a little instant log on there and lighting it up, I can't claim that I made that fire. I can't take ownership of it. I can't I can't enjoy it fully. It's just, at that point, it just feels more like I might as well have a TV screen with a fire playing. That maybe is a little bit extreme. It's just everything in our world. I feel like it will never slow down unless if something really, really disastrous happened and it was like the end of the world. Because we just keep getting, we create more and more resources and technology and systems to bring that instant gratification. Sears catalog back in the day, that was a big deal. You could have a catalog and you could pick out something, and then maybe within like 2 weeks you would get this delivery, and that was such a novelty. And I get it, that's really exciting and convenient. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to, And now it's Amazon, and you want something and Amazon tells you, you have to have this now. You can't go to the store. You can't bother with traffic. You can't wait a week. You need it now. So here, get our Prime membership and have it tomorrow. In fact, maybe you can even have it today. It's that easy. And so everything in our world is built to make life more convenient because we are so short on time. We don't have time. Time is such a precious, precious commodity. And wow, this fire building, like really, and I'm not sitting here talking to you from this like high platform. I'm not like judging or criticizing. I'm a part of it too. I have a cell phone. I am completely dependent on my cell phone. I use it for everything. I use it all the time. But there's certain things in my life that I feel like I do have a choice. I don't have to have that instant moment. I can build a fire. If I want bread, I can bake it myself. It tastes so much better and it feels so much better to consume. I can, in the mornings, I light candles. I have a candle right here that's lighting this right now. And that's what I write by until the sun comes up. I blow the candles out, and then that's when I'm like, okay, I can use electricity now. At nighttime, right before I go to bed, same thing. I light a candle instead of turning on the lights. And I feel like I can do those little things, or writing by hand with a fountain pen. That's just yet another way of me being able to take a step back and slow the pace down and appreciate all those quiet, slow, intentional moments that I think are so much more rewarding. And the more we get things instantly, like a light, we flick on a switch and boom, our whole world suddenly is day, and we don't have to consider the nighttime as nearly as much. I feel like that just creates such a unhappy society because we're constantly consuming, and that's what we're being told we need to do, but because that will bring us happiness or some sort of peace of mind. And I think we'll be the rat chasing after the cheese for the rest of our lives. We'll just be running and running and running and running, and we'll never get that cheese. And it will be really sad. So that's Morning Thoughts with Alicia by the fire. It's early. The sun has yet to come up, although I do believe it's probably nearing sunrise because the sky is now a little bit illuminated. That's another thing that I like about waking up early and not, having really minimal lighting is I have a window that faces east, and so that I challenge myself to like check the time by just looking outside of that window. I know what time the sun is up approximately, and so I can kind of gauge where I'm at in the morning. I'm guessing it's 6:30-ish. So I'm gonna go with that. Thank you all for watching, and happy New Year's and Merry Christmas and happy holidays, and enjoy this wonderful time. I hope that you are getting the weather that you're looking for and not miserable in 10 feet of snow, unless if that's what you like. And I will be seeing you soon.